What's up, guys? This is Eric. I wanted to do a short series of videos about a company that means a lot to me for a couple of different reasons, but I wanted to be upfront about a couple of things. First, this company is not a sponsor of ours. They did send us some things, but only after I've been a customer of theirs, a pretty loyal customer, which I'll get into, for about 10 years. So it's not as though we're being bribed into these opinions. These are opinions that I actually wanted to give because I've been, like I said, a loyal customer of this company for about 10 years. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, I own a ton of stuff of yours and you guys have probably seen it, whether you knew it or not. I've used these products in a number of my videos, but they kind of skate by. And let me point out a couple. The company is, I think, best known for making bags. So this is the Datsusara, and I think it's the Battle Pack Mini. I can't remember. It's the smallest version of the Battle Pack. I'll have to look that one up before I do a review, and I will review this bag. I'll do a specific video, but for now, I just want to use it as a prop and say that Datsusara is primarily known for making bags like this. They're sort of tactical style adventure gear bags, and they're made out of a hemp and cotton blend. And for the most part, they are black, and part of the reason I wanted to do these videos is they've come out with another line of bags called the Hemp Gear for Victory line. And let me take a step back. One of the things I love about not only Datsusara, but about anybody who works with hemp as a textile, hemp is stronger than cotton, it's naturally antimicrobial, and for me, two things that are really important: it's environmentally friendly because it's renewable, and it lasts a hell of a lot longer. So you're going through less of it. It requires less washing than cotton does because it just doesn't pick up the same sort of bacterial stains and stink. It's just naturally antimicrobial. But also, because it supports the hemp industry, which is an industry, that's an entire other conversation. That's an industry that I really want to support for a lot of those reasons. So Datsusara, in my opinion, makes the best hemp adventure bags, which sounds like it would be a niche market, but it's really not, and that's part of what I want to explain in this series. So, I'm jumping all over the place here, but I want to be upfront about the fact that I'm already biased in my reviews because I think that, over the course of 10 years, I've done my research, I've shopped around, and Datsusara is the best hemp gear company that I've ever purchased from. And I have purchased a lot of other products. So I already believe in Datsusara as a company. So these videos are not gonna be, they will be an objective review of these objects, but suffice it to say that my mind is pretty much already made up. I've been a customer of Datsusara's for 10 years. I think they're great. I think you should own some. So a lot of what I'm gonna be doing is really just comparing some of Datsusara's products against some of their other products and some of them that I already own, and just giving you an in and out look at each of the things that I have, including some of the stuff that they sent me. And I'll differentiate when I'm showing you something that I purchased on my own and put years into versus something they sent me. But a side effect of this is that I'm gonna be able to show you some really cool stuff that you may not have seen yet. You may not even be aware that hemp backpacks and gear are a thing. And I'm gonna try to convince you that it's a good path for you to go down. So I'm gonna show you some different lines of theirs and compare some of their old stuff versus some of their new stuff, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. But ultimately, I just wanna give you a tour of Datsusara and what they have to offer beyond the bags. So to that point, this entire video that I've been talking to you so far, you may not have noticed, but everything I'm currently wearing, and I mean literally everything, is made by Datsusara, including the socks on my feet. I've said in a previous video that all the socks and underwear I own are Datsusara hemp. It's true. See all these hot dog shaped bundles? These are all my socks. I wear Datsusara socks every single day, and I'll usually wear them 2 days, maybe sometimes 3 if I'm traveling, before I wash them. And the cool thing about hemp socks is they don't stink at the end of the day like normal socks do. And you don't have to believe me. These socks are less than $5 a pair. I think maybe they're $3 a pair, I can't remember. Go to dsgear.com, order 1 pair of socks. Use the pair of socks as your litmus test. Wear it around, sweat in it, wear it around for a couple days. Throw it up somewhere where it can air out and get some air and dry out, and when that sock is dry, it'll smell like a clean sock. I'm telling you, go try it yourself. And if you're convinced, move on to something else. One of the other things I use is their underwear. These are technically called compression shorts on the website, but I just wear them like boxer briefs every day. So I'm wearing them right now. I'm actually wearing the new model right now, which I think it just came out a few months ago. And it's a little different than the old model, which I'm holding up. But the interesting things about what I'm holding up right now, this pair is 5 years old. It's 5 years old. And see, there's a little bit of crinkling at the top, as you would expect, but the elastic is still strong. There are no holes. And it's, you know, I mean, obviously this just came out of the laundry, but I treat the underwear the same way as the socks. I'll wear this a day or maybe two and then let it dry out. You know, I don't have to wash it all the time. It just doesn't stink the same way. And I mean, you can run your own tests on that. Don't take my word for it. You know, order some socks. If you like the socks, try a pair of underwear. If you like the underwear, maybe move on to some other things. So here are some other things that they've got. And I want to do a video about this hoodie on its own, but just to show you, they have a lightweight athletic hoodie. Don't worry, I'm not going to continue stripping in this video. They have t-shirts. So this is one that I wore in a previous video, one that I really like. This is the Hemp Gear for Victory shirt. This shirt's called the Street Fighter shirt. And you'll notice right away that hemp t-shirts fit a little bit differently than cotton t-shirts. I happen to really like it. I feel like they fit a little bit tighter around the shoulders and the arms, and the sleeves don't get stretched out and wrung out as quickly as cotton t-shirts, which is a bonus. Makes you look buffer than you really are. But yeah, I just feel like this fabric has held up remarkably well. And I've had these shirts for a few years, maybe not 5, but 3 or 4 years, and they just don't wear out like my normal t-shirts do. The hat I'm wearing, this beanie, Datsusara hemp, and I'm actually wearing a pair of the Datsusara gi pants right now. I don't actually roll in these. I gave up my jiu-jitsu years ago after, you know, a series of injuries, which is pretty common. So I'm just a regular pansy now. But I kept these gi pants and I just wear them around the house as everyday chilling pants. And I really, really love them. I mean, they're warm, they're durable. Like I said, they don't stink. I like to modify a lot of the stuff that I get. So, I mean, you saw how patched out my Datsusara bag was. But I also do other modifications. I've swapped out straps, and I'll go through that when I show you the bags. But that's one thing I love about heavy canvas stuff like this, is it's so durable that you can pretty much do whatever you want to it without worry of tearing it up. So I added a pocket. I didn't have access to any hemp canvas, so I just had to use like an unbleached cotton canvas, but I put myself a little phone pocket. And you might think that's a weird place to put a cell phone, kind of on the inside of my knee right there. But it would make sense if you sort of saw the way that I chill out on the couch. You know? Don't worry about it. Suffice it to say that Datsusara makes a lot of stuff. They make clothing, they make towels, which I'll be able to show you, they make bags, and I really believe in this company. So let me read you a couple of things off their tag that you might be wondering about. First of all, what the hell is a Datsusara? And how would I spell that? I'm going to go back in editing, which, by the way, I'll be editing the videos for a little while because everybody, round of applause for Screep, got hired to work on a horror film locally, which is his dream. So while Screep's away working on a horror film, we're going to hold down the fort ourselves. Datsusara. It's pronounced Dat-su-sa-ra. Japanese, it means to escape suffering and find one's true path. Let me read you the method, culture, and philosophy of Datsusara. We create things to last the test of time. We hold ourselves to the high standards and do not cater to trends or transitory fashion. We work with natural, sustainable materials like hemp and organic cotton. We use recycled and/or synthetic materials only when they are critical to a product's life cycle or function. We do our best to contribute in a positive, meaningful way to the world. We seek to eliminate all manner of waste, especially the waste of one's time. We abhor compulsive consumerism, planned obsolescence, so with you on that one, manipulative advertising, and wage slavery. We encourage and support healthy, balanced lifestyles for everyone, especially those that work with us. From the fields to the factory to the office, we are always pursuing a better way. We encourage all individuals to live a liberated, fulfilling life in accord with our natural environment. We hope you will join us and become a Datsusara. You know, I showed that beanie to you a second ago. The other thing that not a lot of people realize is Datsusara makes a shitload of hats, and I've got a lot of them. So I will make a video specifically about all the hats and which ones I like and which ones I don't. The other thing I wanted to show you here is just a tag that comes with some of the bags, and this has a little bit of information about the hemp that they use and about hemp in general. So Datsusara, premium gear made with hemp. Hemp is 4 times stronger than cotton. It's nature's strongest fiber. It's antimicrobial. Bacteria, fungus, and mold can't live in it. It's porous and breathable, so it keeps the gear aired out. And it's environmentally friendly. Hemp farming uses very little water, does not require the use of chemical pesticides or fertilizers, and is a readily renewable resource. So, I'm going to do a series of videos essentially trying to show you why you should also become a customer of Datsusara. And I'm going to put all of these in the product review section, so if you're not into that, you don't have to watch the videos. I'm going to continue putting out my other videos, the weapon videos and the testing videos and things like that, so don't worry. But if you are interested and you're maybe on the fence about some hemp products or some adventure gear, then maybe through the series of this videos I can show you something you didn't know existed, and maybe I can convince you that that Datsusara is not only my favorite adventure gear company for a reason, but also my favorite hemp gear company. And those two things overlapping is really cool. You know, I can't think of another hemp company off the top of my head that makes such versatile and such cool looking adventure gear, but keeps everything ethical and environmentally friendly. So, pick out some Datsusara gear, give it a try. It's dsgear.com. I recommend you start with something cheap like the socks or the underwear, maybe move up to a t-shirt before you buy a bag. And I hope to see you in the subsequent series of videos that I do about this. Thanks. A couple of quick extra points about the socks, only because I don't really plan to do an entire other video about the socks. There's just not that much to say about them. They're great. But I did want to say a couple of other things about them, why I think that they are the best socks, and why I think they're the perfect adventure socks. So, first of all, these socks, like the underwear, they last a really long time. I don't know what it is about the elastic that they're using or the hemp cotton blend, but I feel like these socks just fall apart a lot slower than my regular cotton socks. And you know, I bought expensive sports socks in the past, and my socks usually always wear out in 3 places. The heel, the ball of the foot, and then the elastic around the cuff wears out. The hemp Datsusara socks just seem to last longer in that regard. Not only that, but you know, when they eventually do get dirty, and or not dirty necessarily, that would require washing them, but let's say you just sweat in them, you're wearing them for a couple of days, you can throw them up onto, you know, over something to let them hang and air dry, like a hanger, and the next day they're fine. So I think that these are perfect for adventure and travel socks because you don't have to wash them as often. If you're in a hurry and you leave the house in 1 pair of this Datsusara hemp socks, which I've done, you can go like 3 or 4 days, just airing the socks out and putting them back on, flipping them inside out at some point. They're just really great for that, so you don't have to end up taking as many. If I'm gone for a week, honestly, I'll take 3 pair. 3 pair of these black socks. Which brings me to my other point, the fact that they're all black. I don't know if Chris is going to introduce other colors of socks in the future, but I don't think it's that important, and I'll tell you why. I wear pants primarily, jeans, so my socks are always covered. Nobody sees my socks, so they could care less if they're black or white or gray or whatever. If I'm wearing shorts, I will typically wear short socks, or in the case of these long socks, what I do is I make them short socks by putting them on and then rolling the cuff down over my foot. So I just double layer it and it becomes a short sock. But if you are one of those people who wears shorts with your socks pulled up, then what do you care what color they are? You're already the guy that wears shorts, or the girl, or whoever, that wears socks pulled up with your shorts. So at that point, do you really care what color they are? And in some cases, wouldn't having a black sock match your black shorts or your black shoes? I don't know. But the other thing is, I'm an announcer, and that's why when I showed you my battle pack earlier, one of the reasons why it's got so many patches on it is because it's my primary travel bag. And I'm a professional MMA announcer. I have been for 15 years. It's one of my side gigs, and it requires a lot of travel. So I travel with a Datsusara bag, Datsusara socks, and where was I going with this? Oh yeah, when I actually get there, when I'm announcing MMA and I'm wearing a tux, I have to wear black dress socks. More than likely, nobody's going to see them, but it's just tradition, right, to wear black dress socks with a black suit. Well, my socks are already black, so I don't have to end up wearing those shitty, thin little dress socks that, offer no compression and no cushion and no durability. I can wear my same everyday socks, and visually they're black. So they work perfectly. They're dress socks, they're sports socks, they're everyday socks, they're clearly chilling and walking around the house when, you're taking a day off socks. They're the perfect socks. And all of the Datsusara products, to me, are great for travel and adventure for those reasons, for the same reasons. Oh, one more thing that I almost forgot. I want to start ending these videos with a shoutro, like a shout out outro, because I know how tough it is to get an audience digitally. We have like a bottom rung YouTube channel that we just run as a hobby, but we still want more viewers. I mean, who doesn't? And it's really tough to claw viewers out. So I want to take a moment at the end of some of my videos to talk about people that I really appreciate out there in the world doing good things, and hopefully send a couple of my 12 viewers over to check out their stuff. Obviously, Datsusara is one, but for this video, I want to point out somebody in the podcast arena that I really, really appreciate, and that is Daniele Bolelli at History on Fire. I'm really into podcasts. I listen to them every day, and I'm really into history. And there are really only 2 history podcasts that I ever recommend to people. One is the obvious, Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. He's the benchmark. But the other one that I recommend to people is Daniele Bolelli's History on Fire. I love Daniele. I think he's got one of the most balanced and unbiased perspectives on history. He reads from multiple historical sources. He talks about the validity of the sources, and he weighs the sources against one another. But he's also just a really intelligent, interesting, compassionate human being. And I love hearing his modern take on these historical happenings. Also, he's got a super sexy accent. So check out Daniele over at History on Fire podcast. Thanks a lot.